It's actually an easy thing to talk about, but boy, is it hard. It's actually a hard thing to live, and especially dependent on your personality type, because I have a personality type that just kind of moves on.
You do.
I mean, for better or worse,
Right.
actually. Like if you were sitting with my husband right now, he would say two things about me. He would say, one, if you want to know what Natalie's thinking, just wait 10 seconds and she'll tell you.
True.
And then two, she just gets over stuff easily.
Yeah,
she doesn't hold on to things. And that can be a good and a bad thing, because it means I don't hold on to hurt feelings. When I get hurt, I can move on. But it also means that I may not always realize when I hurt somebody else's feelings, because I just move on,
Right.
and I don't even know
Right.
that I've hurt someone. So some of this is your personality type makes it a little bit easier or more difficult to move on from an offense. But I think that what I have learned in learning how to let go, even if, now we might be talking about an offense for some of you that are listening right now, and you're like, you have no idea what they did, and you actually have to deal with it. You can't let it go. It's not actually advisable to just move on, but it is advisable for you to go to them and to talk it out, and to bring it to light and to talk about, which we can talk about a little bit later, because that is difficult as well. But I'm just talking about those little things that we allow to determine so much that we carry, and so much about where we go in our own day. We allow an offense, something that somebody said or did that hurt us, to have so much power over us, and it really is really unhealthy.
I think if you can think about offense as like a house guest,
Yes.
it wants to come and live at your house.
Yes.
Like offense is not a visitor that's just dropping by.
Yeah.
It has a full-on plan to move fully into every part of your life. And what happens is, once you allow offense in through the front porch, and then you end up allowing it to come into the kitchen, now it starts to sit down at the table where you live.
Yes.
It's in the conversation that you have. Now it affects everybody else in the household. And before you know it, offense has become a permanent resident in your life. And it affects how you hear everything. It affects how you read every social media post. It affects what you think people are thinking about you. And it's completely out of kilter. It's like so the wrong filter to put things through. But because offense is very loud, it only has one volume button, and it speaks so loudly, you think that's the truth. And that's the thing about offense. It becomes this huge dominant thing in your life, when actually, if we'd have stopped at the porch and said, you're not welcome to come any further into my life than that front porch. You can't have a house key. You can't come into the living room. You can't come with me into the kitchen. If we'd have stopped it there, it wouldn't have unpacked itself. But the longer you allow it to sit with you, think about it, talk about it, the more it begins to unpack all its stuff in your life.